Ever wonder what it takes to be the smartest person in the room? Well, let's dive into the realm of the extraordinary, the world of geniuses. When you think of a genius, who comes to mind? Perhaps Albert Einstein with his unruly hair and iconic equation, or maybe Mozart creating symphonies while most kids were still learning their multiplication tables. These individuals are certainly geniuses, but what if I told you that genius isn't exclusive to the likes of Einstein and Mozart? You see, the common misconception is that geniuses are born, not made, that they are the lucky few who hit the genetic jackpot, gifted with a superior intellect that the rest of us can only dream of. But here's the thing. Genius isn't solely about high IQ scores or prodigious talents. It's not just about being the best in the field or having an exceptional skill. Genius is a state of mind, a way of thinking, a way of being. So let's debunk this myth right here, right now. Genius can be cultivated and nurtured. It's not a birthright, but a journey. It's about curiosity, creativity, passion, and perseverance. It's about seeing the world differently, asking questions, seeking answers, and never ever stopping learning. Think about it. Einstein wasn't born knowing about relativity. Mozart didn't pop out of the womb playing concertos. They worked, they studied, they struggled, they failed, and then they tried again, and again, and again. They cultivated their genius through relentless curiosity and unyielding determination. So what does this mean for you? Well, it means that you too can cultivate your genius. You too can ignite that spark within you. You too can become the smartest person in the room, not by being born with a certain IQ, but by embracing the journey of learning, exploring, and persevering. So, are you ready to unlock your inner genius? The path to genius is not etched in stone. It's a journey of self-discovery. With these words, we embark on the second chapter of our exploration, the Genius Blueprint. Let's take a stroll down the memory lane of history and meet some of the greatest minds, starting with Albert Einstein. He was not just a physicist, he was a maverick. He didn't adhere to the structured learning of his time. Instead, he followed his curiosity, letting it lead him to the theory of relativity. Einstein's genius lay in his ability to question, to probe, and to think differently. In our lives, we too can foster this Einstein approach by allowing our curiosity to lead us and challenge the status quo. Next, we turn the pages to the life of Leonardo da Vinci, a man of many talents. Da Vinci was an artist, an engineer, an inventor, and a scientist. He was not restricted by the boundaries of disciplines, but instead, he embraced the interconnectedness of knowledge. His notebooks brimmed with sketches, observations, and ideas, a testament to his relentless curiosity and cross-disciplinary approach. We can adopt this Da Vincian method by indulging in interdisciplinary learning, breaking free from the confines of singular subject areas and exploring the interconnections among them. But let's not forget, these geniuses were not born overnight. Their journey was filled with trials, errors, and countless failures. Yet they persevered, viewing each failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone towards success. This, my friends, is the essence of genius, the tenacity to persist in the face of adversity. So what's your genius blueprint? Is it the Einstein method of challenging the norm, or the Da Vincian approach of embracing interconnectedness, or perhaps a unique combination of both? Your path to genius lies in your hands. It's about exploring, experimenting, failing, and learning. Remember, genius is not about knowing everything. It's about the way you think. So how will you think today? So what's the secret sauce that turns an ordinary brain into a genius one? You might wonder. Well, let's delve into some genius strategies that have been used by the greatest minds of our time. First off, we have embracing curiosity. Albert Einstein, the very symbol of genius, once said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Now, isn't that something? It's not just about knowing a lot of stuff. It's about wanting to know more. It's about asking why the apple falls from the tree, why the sky is blue, or why a raven is like a writing desk. It's about not just accepting the world as it is, but questioning it, poking at it, turning it upside down and inside out. That's the power of curiosity. Next up, cultivating a growth mind state. This means believing that intelligence isn't fixed, but something that can be developed. It's the difference between saying, "I'm no good at math," and saying, "I haven't mastered math yet." Thomas Edison, the man who lit up our world, had this in spades. The man made 1,000 attempts to invent the light bulb, and when asked about his failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Now that's a great mindset. Lastly, we have practicing deliberate learning. This isn't just about studying hard, it's about studying smart. It's about focusing on the areas where you need improvement and constantly challenging yourself. It's about not just learning, but learning how to learn. Like Mozart, who didn't just play music, but dissected it, analyzed it, and experimented with it until he could create symphonies that still resonate centuries later. So there you have it. Embrace curiosity. Cultivate a growth mind state. Practice deliberate learning. There are the strategies that turn an ordinary brain into a genius one. They're not just for the Einsteins, Edisons, and Mozarts of the world. They're for you and me too. Harness these strategies, and you're well on your way to becoming the smartest person in the room. Genius is not just about intelligence. It's a state of mind. Let's delve into the world of the genius mindset. Picture the mind like a vast, uncharted ocean. The genius mindset is the ship that navigates these waters, driven by a compass of positivity, resilience, and open-mindedness. Positivity is the wind in the sails of this ship. It's the belief that no matter how stormy the seas, there's always a way to reach your destination. Like Thomas Edison, for instance. He failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, but he didn't see this as failures. Instead, he said, I've not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the power of positivity. Next, we have resilience, the ship's sturdy hull. It's the ability to weather the storm, to not be deterred by the crushing waves of failure or criticism. Consider Albert Einstein. His theories were initially dismissed, his doctoral dissertation even rejected. But did he give up? No, he persevered, and his name is now synonymous with genius. Resilience, ladies and gentlemen, is the armor of the genius mindset. Lastly, there's open-mindedness, the ship's expansive horizon. It's the willingness to explore new ideas, to step outside the comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Think of Galileo, who dared to challenge the geocentric view of the universe. His open-mindedness led to discoveries that revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos. These three elements, positivity, resilience, and open-mindedness, are the pillars of the genius mindset. They are the traits that separate the greats from the merely good, the Einsteins from the everyday physicists. But remember, these traits are not exclusive to a privileged few. They're available to anyone willing to work for them. They're like muscles that grow stronger with use. So train them, exercise them, and watch them transform your mind into a powerhouse of genius. Adopt the genius mindset and watch your world transform. So are you ready to step into your genius? Today, we traverse the winding path of brilliance, exploring the question of genius, its blueprint, strategies, and mindset. It's like a scavenger hunt where the treasure is not gold or jewels, but a state of mind that sparkles brighter than any diamond. A genius is not a title inherited by birthright, but a state of mind that can be cultivated, much like a gardener nurturing a rare and precious orchid. We've established that the question of genius is not a matter of who, but of how. It's about the process, not the product. The journey, not the destination. The quest to become a genius is not about reaching a fixed point on a map, but about embracing a new way of navigating the world. The genius blueprint is there, not as a rigid architectural plan, but as a fluid map that guides you through the labyrinth of the mind. It's not a magic potion or a secret formula, but a compass pointing towards a mindset of curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. We've discussed strategies that can be as simple as a change in perspective, a shift in focus, or a new way of approaching a problem. It's not about memorizing facts or figures, but about developing a mindset that values questions over answers and sees opportunities where others see obstacles. The genius mindset is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most open-minded, the most curious, the most willing to take risks and to learn from failure. It's about seeing the world not as it is, but as it could be. So, as we stand at the threshold of your genius, let's make a pact. Let's commit to cultivating this mind state, to embracing these strategies, to building on this blueprint. Let's dare to ask the big questions, to challenge the status quo, to think outside the box. Become the smartest person in the room, not by knowing everything, but by thinking differently. That's the genius way.